There's a part of your brain that is responsible for doing hard things. Most of us, we train our body, we train our physique, we train our mental ability to do things, but we never actually train this part of our brain which helps us do the hard things. People always talk about this concept of discipline, and we've basically been oversaturated over many years on this concept of you have to be disciplined, you have to be disciplined, you have to be disciplined. But they never really tell you what that means. Like, what is discipline? The basic conversation that people talk about is that discipline is doing hard things, doing things that people state as hard. Doing this X thing is considered like a very achievable, it's very memorable, it's very hard in the sense that people respect you for doing it, but they never really talk about what that means. For example, let's say you go to the gym a lot, you've exercised a lot, and you physically push yourself a lot. Now, a lot of people enjoy that. Inherently, people enjoy putting themselves through very physical, rigorous training because they just find some enjoyment in it, whatever the reason might be, but they find enjoyment in it. Now, if people saw that, they would look at this person who's going to the gym, let's say 6 times a week. They're going basically every single day. They're very disciplined in the sense that they go at the same time every single day. They finish their workouts on a very concise time with no time wasted. They always show up to their workouts. They finish all their sets. When someone watches this from a third person point of view, they're gonna think, oh, that guy is disciplined, that girl is disciplined. But that's not true. That's not inherently true based on the information you've been given. Why? Because we don't know if that person, guy or girl, enjoys that activity. And this right here is what separates discipline from simply just something that you enjoy. Discipline is doing something that you simply don't want to do. It is when your brain and everything in your system says we could be doing anything else right now. I don't want to be here. I hate being here. There is no reason I want to be here for, but you do it anyway. Now let's go back to that person going to the gym. Now, if they inherently enjoy going to the gym, I listed everything, right? Like they're going 6 times a week, they go at the same time every single day, they're clean with their diet, they hit all their sets. You might think that, okay, that person is very disciplined. But if they enjoy that, if they derive joy from it, they're like, oh my God, like I love doing this. I love being disciplined. I love showing up for myself and putting my body through very good training. Then it's not discipline. That's just motivation. And this is what people do not understand about discipline. Discipline is a skill that you can improve, yes, but many of us just think that it's what the outside world sees. But discipline is not what the outside world sees. It is what you feel in your brain. It is what you feel in your soul. And that's what people don't get. What am I talking about? There is a part of your brain called the AMC, the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. You don't have to remember the name. You can give it any nickname you like. I call it the Cookie Monster, you can call it a demon, you can call it whatever you want to call it. Point is, there's a part of your brain called the AMC, and as any brain structure is there for, it's there for a certain reason. Its reason is to help you do things. It's to able to move your body and move your mind in situations where you don't want to. There's going to be many situations in life where you almost have to force yourself to walk in a certain direction, mentally or physically, and that's the part of your brain that helps you do that. In athletes and people who always have something that they're doing, this part of their brain is very big, it's very strong. In people who are obese, who are lazy, who are alcoholics, who are addicts, this part of the brain is smaller. And the lifespan, so essentially what it helps you in is basically doing things that you don't want to do, right? People think it's your willpower, when scientists have studied this completely, and it's actually your will to live. And this is what separates hardworking people from just normal people. If you wish to be hardworking, if you wish that, okay, this is not the life that I want to live, and this is like, sure, I can live and cruise, but I want more out of life. Like, I genuinely don't want to live here on zone 2, like just living like a butterfly. I actually want to go ahead and do something with my life. This is the part of your brain that you need to train. When this brain structure in your brain is huge, it helps you push through discomfort. It helps you build extra willpower to do the things that you already want to do. It is essentially your willpower skill in a video game. I'm pretty sure all of us have played video games before. There's always a skill for a certain thing, and the AMC is responsible for improving your willpower skill. Now, let me reframe what discipline is. We talked about it earlier in the video, but discipline is simply just doing something that you do not want to do. And it could be the tiniest thing or it could be the largest thing. The easiest example is, let's say I put you in a shower room, a washroom, right? And you're there, you have your new set of clothes, you have whatever, right? And the situation is, I have turned on the shower, but instead of making it hot, I've made it cold. I've made it really cold. Now let's say it's super duper cold. You know it's cold. You know the water falling down from the shower head is extremely frigid. And I told you gotta go in there. Now you know you gotta go in there, right? Inherently you want this to happen. But every cell of your body knows exactly how painful it's gonna be. Every cell of your body is gonna think, why the fuck am I here? I do not want to do any of this. I could leave the washroom right now. No one's gonna know if I left. No one's gonna care. Screw this guy. Well, I don't care what he thinks. I'm not gonna do this cold shower. That's a position where no cell in your body thinks that, okay, I want to do this. And when you go ahead and do it anyway, you force your legs to go in. You feel that pressure and you just power through it, and you go in the shower and it hurts, and it's like every cell of your body is waking up, red alert, and the cold air is just like, the cold water is freaking you out. Every second that you spend in there is discipline. It's not motivation. Where's the motivation when all cells in your body think like, I don't want to be here? That's not motivation. It is the opposite of motivation. It's a position you don't want to be in. And every second that you spend there, your AMC gets activated. It is helping you stay in a position where you don't want to do that thing. And once you're done, your AMC is fatigued, obviously, but it feels good, right? No hard thing in the world that you have done deliberately is something you regret. Every hard thing that you've done is something that you're always proud of. Every 10 minutes you spend studying, the extra 10 minutes, the extra 10 minutes, extra 10 minutes, you might have found that really, really difficult, but it's not something you'd regret. Same thing with the shower. Once you're in the shower and you hated it and you left after, let's say, 45 seconds to a minute, you feel good. You feel alive, you feel activated, you feel like, whoa, that was amazing. Even though every second before that and every second during it was hell. And that's what the AMC does. It makes hard work feel good. It pushes you through that hard zone. Now, the more you do hard things that you simply don't want to do, it increases in size, increases in strength, which helps you do more hard things. Recently, I've been trying to train this for a month. And I learned about it a couple years ago, but I didn't really think about it too much. So over time, I kind of forgot about it. But recently, I learned more about it. So I was going and doing things in life that helped me train it. So I deliberately put myself into positions where I would do the harder thing. Now, obviously, life isn't going to present you with things that are super duper hard all the time, even though there's plenty. So I look for smaller things that still classified as something disciplined, something I didn't want to do. It could be anything. Forget what the world thinks of discipline, right? Just for a second, just forget about it. Forget that the gym, it looks as disciplined, waking up early looks disciplined, having that hard conversation maybe looks disciplined. Forget what the world thinks. Just think in your mind. Look around your room, look at your to-do list, look at your days, and look at places where you know you're supposed to be doing something, but the only reason you're not doing it is because you just don't want to. The second you do that, you have so many opportunities to help gain this skill, to help level up this skill. It could be literally sitting up straighter, like that. So I just improved my posture, and I didn't want to do this. My natural posture is like this. I kind of just don't want to do it. This is way comfortable, and I'm pretty sure you can relate. But the second you start improving your posture deliberately, your brain eventually will get the habit of doing it without you thinking. But before that, it takes discipline to do. You might be scrolling on your phone while watching this, or you might be tempted to just leave the video. When you're tempted to do something and you do the complete opposite and you fight against your natural tendencies, you are improving your AMC. You're building your willpower. Now you might think, wait, if I'm good at doing these tiny trivial things, how does this help me with doing bigger things? Like, okay, sure, I'll sit up straight, I'll watch your video, whatever, man. But like, how does this help me? Well, you are not training to do that thing. Sure, in a way you are, but you're not training to watch my video. You're not training to sit up straighter. You're training the power in your brain to do hard things. So it doesn't matter what food you feed it will receive the food and grow. Now, imagine you had an exam, or you had a really hard workout that you want to do, or you want to clean your room, or you want to improve your life 360. That's not particularly easy, right? Let's stop pretending that, okay, we need as much motivation as possible. The truth is, in life, you just got to do things you don't want to do, and the motivation comes after. If you have a task like studying or working out, and you simply don't want to do it, having that part of your brain that's big enough to push you through those hard things helps you. It can help you push through until you get that motivation. And it's almost addictive how good it feels when you do it, especially when you don't want to do it. Like I said earlier, there's many positions in life that you've been in your past that you just didn't want to do that thing, but deliberately you did it anyway. You cannot name one situation where you regretted that. Go on, name one situation in your life where you did something really, really hard by your own will and came out the other side and regretted it. Never. Why? Because your AMC loves it. It makes your brain believe that this is what we want to do, because it is. Deep down, it is what you want to do. You just don't want to do it because you're lazy. But that's a great thing, because if you're lazy, that means many things in life are opportunities to improve your AMC. And once you start doing it over and over and over again, life gets so much fun. Life becomes so interesting. Life becomes so lively. Why? Because now you cannot be bored. Being bored is such a bad feeling. Being bored is nice because you can think about stuff and okay, so you shouldn't stimulate yourself all the time. But when I say being bored, it means always have something to do. In life, sitting still and just being like a cruise ship and just kind of like cruising through life is boring. No one wants to do that. Even the laziest people hate being lazy. The laziest people, if they had a switch to suddenly have a life where they're actively doing something, achieving something, building something in their life, they would do it. And this part of your brain is what will help you do that. How can we improve this? You can improve this ability by simply looking around your room or looking around your life and deliberately doing things that you simply don't want to do. And your brain will tell you what it is, because your brain will tell you, I don't want to do this. As soon as your brain says, I don't want to do this, that's when you go ahead and do it. Anyway, it's gonna suck. It'll feel like, what the hell? You can notice your AMC growing when day by day you keep doing these tiny things or large things, and you physically feel better when you do it. So your brain will like doing that hard thing, even though inherently it doesn't want to do it. So for example, recently I have been keeping myself very accountable in cleaning my bed. So I came back from Canada very recently, and now I'm in Abu Dhabi where I live, and my bed usually is a mess. And in Canada, I made it so that I keep my bed as clean as possible. And when I'm here, my bed came pretty clean. And my job now is to keep that clean 24/7, regardless of what I'm doing. Awake, sleeping, going outside, whatever. It's to keep it clean 24/7. Now, when I made this idea, obviously my brain's gonna think, yeah, this is great, I'm gonna do it. And so for the first 10 times that I clean my bed, it's gonna be like, yeah, I love this, I know what I'm doing. On the 11th time, that initial motivation runs out. And as soon as it runs out, what happens? I don't want to do it anymore. And this is true for everybody's motivational goals. We think we want to do something and we think we can do it, but as soon as the first 10 to 15 attempts are passed out, you don't want to do it anymore. And you think, wow, like this is too hard, it's fine, let me go back to my old ways. And then you stay exactly where you are. But let's say you improve your AMC deliberately, your cookie monster, or whatever, your demon, whatever, and you do the thing that you don't want to do, suddenly that hard work feels good. So now I yearn for that 11th attempt. I know eventually my motivation is going to run out, and as soon as my brain says, I don't want to do this anymore, that's when I do it. And this might seem very, very trivial, cleaning your bed, studying, whatever, but this is your will to live. Never forget about that. As you get older, there's going to be so many situations where your inherent childlike motivation is going to run out. It's not going to help you anymore. When you get older and you get a job, and when you get older and start having family, start having responsibilities way ahead of what you have right now, there's going to be positions where you simply don't want to do it. And the easiest thing is to either ignore it or numb your pain with vices. We don't want to be like that. If you're watching a video like this, you don't want to be like that. And when you train your AMC, when you're at this age, whatever age you are, every single day after that, the hard work becomes good. Not just the objective ones, but saying I love you to someone when you don't feel like saying I love you to someone. Having that hard conversation, setting a boundary, planning for the future, for your family or for your friends. It is your will to live. It is the greatest longevity hack ever. And there's not a single thing about diet or sleep involved. If anything, if you're hungrier, your AMC will grow more. If anything, if you're sleep deprived and you still do the thing that you want to do, you'll feel better. Speaking of sleep deprivation, past few days since I came back from Canada, I've been jet lagged. So I haven't got a proper 8 hours of sleep at all. I've been sleeping in bouts of like 3 or 4, right? I basically slept twice in a day, three hours in the evening, 4 hours in the evening, and then 3 hours or 4 hours in the night. And then it would be so weird, so messed up. And my body, you know how it's like when you have such sleep deprivation that you just physically just hate to move. Literally getting off your bed, moving around feels like the worst thing on the planet. But because over time I've been training my AMC, I love the fact that I don't want to do this. I love the fact that I can do something that no one's willing to do. And this isn't about being better than other people. Either way, the outcome is the same. It's just that you love to do the harder option than the easier option. You will love when it rains. If you're a runner, you will love when it rains. You will love when it's snowing. You will love when the circumstances are not in your favor. I've been big into running. Sometimes when it's like sunny and nice and like windy and there's sun outside, there's birds outside, it's like a nice environment, I don't feel like running. I don't. I hate that environment because it's so easy. But the second it starts snowing, the second it's like the worst weather ever, I have this inherent need to tie my shoes and go out on a run. Now you can kind of smell discipline in what I'm talking about. It's not about the things I'm doing. I've never talked about exactly what I'm doing, right? I never told you I go to the gym this much amount of times a week, or I wake up at this time. You have no idea. But with the way I'm talking, you can understand what I'm talking about. And you can feel it in you because everyone has an AMC. They have 2. They have one on each side of their brain. So before you think you're a lazy person, really try to consider why you're a lazy person. It's because you've always been choosing the easier option. That's why you built the identity that you're lazy. But the moment, right after this video ends, the moment you decide that, okay, I'm going to do the harder option, even if I don't feel like doing it, you have become a disciplined person. And you have become one of the most trustable people on the planet, one of the most respectable people on this planet. And I hope this video helped you. If you like this video, click subscribe, like the video. I'll upload more of them. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.